Hey guys, how you guys doing? It's Young Lion here. We're in update 26. It came out not too long ago, and I've been running into some new players and some veteran players that are returning to the game after a break. I took a break away from it myself, and there's a lot to learn in update 26, and I'm just going to show you from a new player perspective what you're going to do when you join the game. Now, I've already selected my faction. You're going to have to do that, but let's just jump right into it. Hit play. Alright, I'm playing on the warden side this time. I hadn't played as a warden in forever. You know, it's been a long time since I played as a warden. But let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Alright, so we're here on the home island. First thing I like to do, go ahead and deposit this stuff here. Then, let's go over to this little tent over here. Colonials will be about the same thing, except it'll be green instead of blue. But you know, you go to the tent, select on the map where you're going to spawn. Since I'm a warden, obviously the north is my spawn area. This is where I normally spawn because this is where I go to get work. But you know, if you're a colonial, you know, you pick your place where you're going to go. You can't zoom in from the outside map here, but you know, I'm just going to go ahead and select here because this is where I normally go. You just left click on that and you're good to go. Alright, so you see we're here at the town hall, just popped in. Again, I'm going to go ahead and submit this to the stockpile. Bada bing. Now some of my old techniques don't work anymore about starting with items in your inventory. That doesn't work anymore. So, whoa. Okay. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is set my spawn here. And we're going to make ourselves a truck. I got my trusty hammer on me. That's all I need for now. Let's go ahead and get some materials and make ourselves a truck. Now, first thing you're going to do, you're going to probably wonder, how do I find out where to make a truck and how do I get materials and things like that? Well, if you hit M, you'll pull up your map. You'll see the map has a lot of structures all on it. That's what these blue dots are. If you're a colonial, those dots will be green because that's your faction color. But all the dots are blue because they're warden. Well, what I'm going to do is come over here to the left and just turn some of that off. Except for structures, I'll leave structures on. And that way we can minimize some of that, you know, clutter on the screen there. So we just spawned at the town hall. Let me put bases back on. You see that star is the town hall. You hover your mouse over that and it'll show you what's all in the town hall. You know what kind of resources it has. For now, however, we're coming down here to the refinery. That's the little hammer on the map. We're going to get our resources. You can see on the refinery as I hover over it has 14k in BMATs in there and 5k in fuel. We're going to need 100 BMATs and 1 canister of fuel. Had to pardon me, my voice is a little bit rough right now. I hadn't recorded in a little while. Yeah, the fuel has been renamed to diesel. So we're going to get a 1 canister of diesel, 100 BMATs, and we're going to take it over here to the vehicle factory where we're going to build the vehicle. So let's go ahead and get to doing that now. Yeah, you just hit M again to make your map go away. Alright, now that we're here, let's go ahead and hit E. That will pull up our the user interface UI for the factory. Let's go ahead and withdraw some BMATs by left clicking on the basic materials right there. Basic material, BMAT is short for basic material. So we've got to keep clicking on that with left click. Now on foot, you cannot right click to draw more material. When you're on foot, you can only left click and that'll just get you a small amount of materials at once. So let's just get what we need to do what we got to do, and then I'll show you what happens when we do this with the truck. So we got, we got our material. I'm trying to get around there. Oh man. Oh baby. Yeah, it is a little clustered around here. I mean, these towns are made kind of small. So now we're over here in the vehicle factory. So one of the things you got to do when you're in the vehicle factory, You can hit E, it'll pull up the UI, show you that there are resources in the vehicle factory, what resources are available in the vehicle factory. This is the truck we're going to be building. That's your basic transport truck. Now, there's plenty of them around here that I can take. Like, there's probably some right on the sideline over here somewhere. There's some in the storage depot over there, and I'll show you about that later. But this is just going to be your basic step for getting a truck and making your own. So, if you try to make a truck while you're standing here on the platform, you won't be able to do that. It'll give you a message, see, construction area blocked. What you have to do is just stand on the sidelines here, and then left click on that, bada bing, you got your truck. So let's go ahead and build this truck up and we're going to get going. There we go. Our truck's built up. Let's go ahead and put some fuel in it. So what we have to do is hit tab. That'll pull up our inventory screen. Let's equip our gas can by left clicking on it, which will move it into our number 3 slot. This is the number 1 slot, number 2 slot, number 3 slot. So let's equip that by left clicking it. It's in there. Well, that's not equipping it. Now, if we press number 3, now it's equipped. You can see in the top left-hand corner, it shows diesel equipped it, 1 of 100, 100 of 100. So now we left-click on the vehicle with that diesel equipped it, and you can see it's draining down and going into the vehicle. There you go. So now in our inventory, we're out of diesel. I have 1 BMAT left over because the guy helped me build just now. He just came and struck it once, so I'll just throw it right in there. All right. So now if you hit L next to a vehicle, it'll lock and unlock it. Always keep your vehicle locked. Hop into your vehicle by hitting Q. There we go. We're now in our vehicle, and we're on our way. So we got our brand spanking new vehicle just built. Let's come back over here to the manufacturing plant. That is... It's super clustered, so once we get some room in here, we'll jump in there right now. This has been happening all day. Yeah, these towns are a bit tight. All right, I guess we'll come back to this later because right now it's super tight in there. We can't get anything done in there. Let's go to the town hall, and I'll demonstrate some things at the town hall. All right, so we're going to just drive over here to the town hall. Again, the town hall is the star on the map. You can do this at almost any base. So while in your truck, you pull up to the base, the town hall. You can do this at FOBs, or I think they're renamed to outposts now. So if you get to an outpost, you can do the exact same thing. And somebody left the HMG on. Let me just go get that HMG real quick, and I'll use that in the tutorial as well. So I don't know who put an HMG in the middle of the street, but what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the truck by right clicking on it, or you can left click as well. We're going to put that in the truck. Now let's access the town hall. When you're in the driver's seat of your vehicle and you're pulled up to a base like I am now, you can hit E and access the base UI. Now I'm just going to click that, put it inside there, and you know what, I will take that fuel out of there. Might need that for later on, never know. But left click, you can move items back and forth. Right click allows things to be moved in groups, like more of them at a time. So let's talk about the buttons down here, the actions you can do. First thing first, you do this to set your spawn at the place. You can see I'm already set my spawn here. You hit this right here so you can submit, like I just put that HMG in here. Let's go ahead and submit that to the stockpile. Submit your starter kit. If you want to go play on the front line and you're not going to be using your hammer, your starting pistol and magazines, you hit this button right here and all of those starter items will instantly remove from your inventory into the stockpile. This just shows you who's been doing what at the base. So you can see who's submitted items, who's retrieved items from here. It just gives you a log. So if you wanted to find out if somebody was griefing or whatever, you can just come through here and see what they're doing. All right. Hit E again because we got to back away from there. Now let's hit E one more time. That'll take us back into the UI. And this is the tech tree. The tech tree is whenever you get tech parts, we don't have any in here, but whenever you get tech parts and you manufacture them, which I'll show you later on, this is the tech tree where you'll be depositing them. So say just, once I get some tech parts, I'll just show you how we do that, but I'm just showing you the tech tree right now so you can see what it looks like. And I'm rolling my mouse wheel up and down to stroll through here. Ooh, sledgehammer. I do need that. So I took that as that guy was going in there. So I'm going to show you what happens when you right click and left click on something. I'm looking for something. Yeah, okay, so these are pretty easy. So right now I'm just going to left click on that right there. You see I get 1. Left click again, I only get 1. So let's submit that to the base. Now I'm going to right click on it. Do right click. You see the assembling is a little bit slower, but I got 3 that time instead of 1. Same thing for grenades and everything else. I'm going to right click on the grenades. Assembling a little bit slow.
Just to the mining field, like.
Bada bing. See, I got 3. So when you're extracting goods from a town hall or whatever, you right click gets you more, left click gets you only like 1. Now I'm gonna need a radio because I want to be able to get information updates from the radio towers that are all around the area. I'm also going to carry a gas mask just because it's good to have one. You never know if you might get hit with some gas. Always get a gas mask and 1 filter. Because your gas mask requires filters. You can see right now it has 0 filters in it. And this right here will replenish your filters. It should be about it. I'll get a medical kit too, just in case I get hurt or somebody gets hurt. I can use the medical kit. And now if I get hurt, the thing you need to understand is I cannot use the medical kit on myself. Somebody else, I'll have to drop it on the ground and somebody else can use it to heal me. So here we go. I'm parking the truck so I can get my resources that I just put in the truck out the back. Go ahead. There we go. So let's equip this. And when we equip the gas mask, it's automatically going to insert the filter into the gas mask. See? So now you see my gas mask has 100 out of 100. Now we're going to equip our radio. And I'm doing this just by left clicking on them. So when you left click on them, see it goes into the radio slot. Now I'm going to click on this, which is going to replace my hammer in the number 1 slot. So now all I got to do is hit number 1. Now I got my sledgehammer out. Put that in the number 3 slot. I wonder if they got binos in here. Probably get a set of binos too. Go ahead and see if we got some binos in here. No, no binos. I'm gonna get a wrench. I'm gonna take a wrench. All good Logi carries a wrench. The reason why is if you're traveling along and you see a vehicle just parked on the side of the road, it might be locked. And you want to just go ahead and check the inventory of that vehicle, see what's in there. It might have some good stuff that was going to the front, but the player might have DC'd. And, you know, now those supplies are just rotting on the side of the road. But good thing you came along with a wrench because you can unlock that truck and then get those supplies to the front. All right. Now I'm going to show you about gathering resources. I just want to get it out of the town area and show you about gathering some resources. We're actually right next to a resource pit. But, yeah, let me just show you how this works. So we hit M again to pull up our map. And because I have everything, there we go, put our resources on. So you can see I'm right next to a resource and it's empty. The screws for the salvage field. You can see it has 0 resources there. Now let's hover over this one. That one also has 0. All right, so I got to go find a salvage field. There we go. This one has 23K in it. So we're going to drive down there and go gather some resources. Once you get your truck, this is pretty much what you're going to be doing if you want to run Logi. Ooh, look, that has 4 oil in it. I might go grab that too. Never know. So this is the first steps to Logi. You got yourself a truck. Now it's time to go get some resources. We got a sledgehammer. We got our regular hammer. Let's go get it done. I'll meet you at the field. All right, now when you're driving along and you're not sure where you're going to be going next, just pull over on the side of the road so that way you're not blocking the road, and you just hit M again and access your map. Now you can zoom in by strolling your mouse wheel in and out, and that'll let you get a better idea of the area you're in and where you're going. So this is where we're headed. We got to make a right to go west at this fork in the road here. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. You can see the road forks east and west. We're going to go west here. Never build in the road. Never build in the road. Vehicles travel on the road. Building in the road blocks vehicle travel. You always want to leave a nice little gap on the sides of the road so soldiers can run on the side of the road. And then, like, this isn't great position right here, because that can still protect the road and not obstruct the road while allowing soldiers to run on the side of the road. This one's okay, but it's still, you know, a soldier isn't going to run around that. They're going to run in the street where they can get ran over, and you don't want that. So always build a little bit further away from the road. All right, so I got a couple boxes, a couple trucks over here. Let's see if there's anything in the box. Got a tech part. Great, I'm going to be needing that. So, yeah. We're going to be showing you what we do with tech parts here, so I'm just searching the box.
Here's one stack. I put it in, one stack.
All right, thank you. So is that what you, oh, hold on. So is that what you got in the thing here? Oh, you're just loading it up. Okay. Yeah, don't do this, guys, by the way. Don't. This can be useful when you're further away from the base.
You want to use my sledgehammer?
Oh, I have a sledgehammer, thank you.
Ah, okay. I put it, okay.
Yeah, don't, well, I'll talk to you about that later. I'll talk to you about that later. That's, what they're doing is they're loading this salvage into those crates and then having the crates sent back to that refinery that we were at. And see, here's the problem with doing that. Not only do you have to gather the salvage, then you put it in the crate, which takes up more room at the refinery because you need a crane to be able to load and unload these things as you're seeing right now.
Last container, please. Yes.
Yeah. So you have to put them in the container, get it onto a truck, which means you need another player to lift it and put it onto a truck. Then once you get it back to the refinery, you need another player to take it off the truck, set it on the ground somewhere, which is blocking the limited space you have there. Then you need somebody to actually withdraw by hand all of those resources that you just stuck in there. And then you have to unpack it, which he's doing right now. You see he had to unpack it before he can even access its inventory. So it's just time consuming. It's better to just get a truck, come out here with your sledgehammer, and, you know, start pounding out some salvage. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to pound out the salvage. And once I get a full truck, I'll pop back in and we'll head back to the refinery. All right, guys. The truck's almost filled. I'm going to just show you something here. Now, when using your sledgehammer, it takes 5 strikes to deplete a salvage node. Using your hammer, it's 10 strikes to deplete the salvage node. So you see I got my sledgehammer equipped here. Let's go ahead and just knock this bad boy right here down on the corner. All right, now each node gives you 100 salvage. There you go. Now let's switch to the hammer. There we go. See, I got 200 now. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, well, if the hammer does the same thing as a sledgehammer, why not just carry around the hammer so you can have more room in your inventory? The reason is the sledgehammer is faster, you get it done. Not only that, not all the components, the resources can be mined with a hammer. You need a sledgehammer for the other resources. So you see this cog down here, that's a component field. You need a sledgehammer for that. You can't mine that with a hammer. So that's why you carry around the sledgehammer. It's not only faster, it also requires the sledgehammer. Now I'm also looking for, oh, here we go. This sulfur down here, which is depleted, is 0 left in there. But if we were down there mining that, we'd need a sledgehammer. You used to be able to, oh, that's not good. And radio towers don't seem to be up. Or maybe, hold on, I got all my intelligence off. There we go. Uh-oh. That ain't good. So that means the enemy has broken in. So because I have a radio, you see all these white dots all over the place around it? Those are radio towers. And if an enemy wanders into that area, because I have a radio, I'll receive an update that an enemy has been spotted, you know, in the area or whatever. So all the blue dots, like here, that's a friendly right there. But we're going to get the hell out of here because we do not have a weapon and we do not need to be messing with enemies. So let's go back to the refinery with this fresh salvage that we got, and I'll show you what we do with that. Okay, so we're back here at the refining area. I need to get up in here, and I'm going to tell you another thing. I'm sure some of you may already know this, but you can rotate your camera by holding down your middle mouse button, you know, the mouse wheel, and you can rotate your camera around to get a better view. So I have mine rebound, but I think that's the default, the middle mouse button, you know, the mouse wheel. Click it down and then, you know, hold it down and then turn the mouse left or right, and that'll, you know, yeah, let you do what you do there. All right, now we got our salvage and tech parts here. Now with tech parts, this is an unrefined tech part. It's just a raw material. Down here, once we hit E on this refinery, you'll see the options for what you're going to do with your raw material tech parts. Upgrade parts are used to upgrade bases out in the field and other factories and things. But when it's early game, or if you just don't know what to do with it, always go a research part. So we're just going to left click right here. Bada bang, you see our tech part just popped into there. And you can see we got 56 seconds before that comes out. Now, another thing, yeah, all that stuff's moving around because that's another player accessing the UI at the same time that I am. So that's why you see stuff probably popping in and out on the top left up here. At the very top, you'll see personal up here. Everything that I refine while this tab is set to personal will be retained over here in this section. So you see, once this tech part gets done in 20 seconds, it's going to be retained right here, and only I will have access to it. Now, if I switch this to public, which all you do is click on that and switch it to public, instead of being retained here for me, it will then pop over here in the stockpile, which is all the way to the right here. So you're on your stockpile, and that way it will be made public for everybody to use. But I'm going to keep that bad boy on personal, so it will be retained for me, because I'm going to show you about inserting tech parts into the thing later on. So I'm going to click on that. You see it was left there just for me. Now I'm going to show you with salvage. Oh, okay, so he's talking to that guy. Let me just move up a little bit so he can get out of there. Yeah, this area is so tight, it's kind of hard to do anything. So you also see I'm kind of slanted, but I'm still able to access this this refinery. You don't have to be perfect. You can be diagonal or whatever, as long as it has like a range around it. And as long as you're in range, you can just hit E in your truck and access it. All right, so yeah, back to the salvage. You have 3 different things you can do with the salvage. You can make explosive materials, aka EMAT. You can make diesel fuel, and you can make BMAT, basic materials. Now, EMAT, that's a good thing to make. Diesel fuel, you see we're at 5K. We do not need any more diesel fuel. That's that diesel truck putting that in, by the way. Yeah, when you're above 2K in diesel fuel, you don't need to make any more diesel fuel. The stuff lasts forever. And I don't know who's doing all this right here. I really don't know what the hell's going on with that. But BMAT, always could use more BMAT. I'm telling you, you could always use more BMAT. They're used for all of your building materials. Like you saw, we used them to build the truck. Same thing for your defenses, for everything. So always could use more BMAT. So if you don't know what to do with your salvage, don't dump it into the inventory up here. That's what some people do. They just click here and dump it into there. I'm gonna take it out before somebody else grabs it. Don't do that. You don't put it into the inventory of the refinery. What you do is you click on the salvage right here. Now if you left click on it, you see it'll just put a little bit in there. See? Now if you right click on it, it'll put it all in there. We don't want to put it all in there, so we're just going to cancel that. Take this out of here. Oh, I should have used that as a yeah, let me just put that in there again and then cancel it real quick. So now while you have items retained in here, you see how it turns gray and now I can't actually click on it? You can't put new items in there until you remove your retained items. Now that's important, because if you don't want to be bothered with constantly having to remove your retained items and before you can then put some new raw material in here to be manufactured, easy thing to do, switch that bad boy over to public like so. First I have to empty that. Switch it over to public. Now watch this. When I switch it to public, instead of it being retained, it's all just going to get dumped over here into the stockpile. So I never even have to be bothered. I can just go grab my raw resources, dump them in here, leave, and it'll all be taken care of automatically. And other players who are in this area working with these materials can, you know, do what they got to do with them. So for now, let me go back to actually, no, I'm gonna leave it on public. I'm gonna leave it on public because I'm gonna steal that guy's resources. Oh, I didn't get a chance to steal it. Okay, I was gonna steal his resources. All right. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh no, that's right. I wasn't gonna put them all in there. I'm gonna divvy up some of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a few down here in sulfur because you know sulfur's good, and then the rest I'll put over here in BMAT. So what I did is I left clicked a few times down here to get some sulfur started. And then I right clicked up here just to throw the rest in there. And I'll put that up there because I'm not going to need that. And now let's hit this button right here to submit the stockpile. So any of those leftover BMATs. So say for instance, if I had a bunch of BMATs in my truck, I'm just going to grab a few over here from the stockpile. So I got 60 just now withdrawn from the stockpile. And I say if I have BMATs in my truck, I don't want to be bothered with them anymore. I can just dump them over here and then hit that. Now I did that by using right click, which moved the whole stack. Now if I had left clicked on that, it would have did like 5 at a time. So right click moves a bunch, left click moves like 1 or 2. All right, so we got all that kind of stuff out the way. Now that you know what to do with your salvage, your crude oil, your components, your sulfur, you just bring them over to the refinery. You know how to use it now, you're good to go. Now, another thing we're going to have to do is deal with manufacturing. Manufacturing plant right over here, which, let me straighten up the map here, and then take away some of the, whoops, no, I need the structures. I need to take away resources, and there we go, intelligence. The factory, I keep calling it manufacturing. It's the factory. The factory is where we manufacture goods. So once we have those refined materials, those B mats, those R mats, all that stuff, we come right over here, hit E on this factory, and there's no materials in here to do a proper example with. So let me just grab some B mats, and then we're gonna do a proper example. All right. So now that we have a ton of resources,
Stop blocking the roads.
Yeah, it's getting kind of packed in here. Kind of hard to concentrate with everybody talking all over the place. One of the things I want to show you about right here, when your truck starts getting to the limit, you need to be careful about withdrawing. Now, I've just been right-clicking here to fill up this truck with materials. Now, watch what happens if I overdraw material. I right-clicked on it again. Now, you see right through the truck right there, you see those B mats on the ground? That's because they couldn't fit in my truck's inventory. See the truck inventory fill? I'm about to steal. There we go. All right. Yeah. That, it falls on the ground if you overdraw material. So you're actually throwing away material. Now I need to pick that up and put it back in there because, there you go. Yeah. So I'm glad I got a chance to show you that. Now let's click over here on the factory. Now that we got some raw material in here, we can actually, I don't know who the hell, never mind. All right, so over here in our factory, these are all the tabs for the different things you can make up here, the categories or whatever. So right here is just your weapons and stuff. So you see I got weapons and ammunition. This is for explosives, bombs, it's, you know, grenades, HE grenades, all that stuff. This is for your tools, your wrenches, your radios. We need to make radios. So I'll probably just throw some radios in there. So I just left clicked on that a couple of times, and this tells you it produces 5 radios per time that you click, and they cost 100 BMATs per 5 radios. So you can see right here it's showing 400 out of the 1500 available is about to be used, and it's going to take 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Now this is set to personal, meaning it's going to make it and only I'm going to be able to withdraw from here. I'm not too picky about that. I can't be bothered, so set to public. When you set it to public, same thing like last time. Anybody can come over here and say, oh yes, radios, we need those, grab them and go. And that's what I want. I don't want to be bothered with coming over here and having to worry about dealing with that before I can get a new order in. Whoever needs them, get them and go. Now over here, shirts. Always make shirts or soldier supplies. People call them SS, people call them shirts, but they're, you know, technically soldier supplies. So you can see it produces 10 soldier supplies for 80 B mats. We're about to 1, 2, 3, 4. Click that left click, and then we're going to set that bad boy to public. Always make shirts. You can always make shirts. So it's taking the B mats out of my truck inventory. But if I say, for instance, if I had the B mats inside the inventory of the factory, it would use the B mats from the inventory of the factory first. Oh my God, everybody's talking. How do I turn the VoIP off? Well, you know what? I'll try to just talk through it. Let's see if I can mute it. There we go. Yeah. So it would use the B mats from the factory first before using the B mat starter in my truck's inventory. So if you notice you're actually putting orders in, but none of your B mats are being used, that's because there's a ton of B mats in this factory, and I'm scrolling down to show you all the inventory space for what can be held in the factory. So it might be some B mats down here somewhere, and you can't see them because you're just looking at the stuff at the top up here. So just keep that in mind. You're not just getting free stuff. It's using the B mats from the factory first. All right, so always make shirts. Whenever you come through and you start refining up materials, if you want to retain those by keeping them personal, so you can just snatch the B mats back out of there and switch right over here to the factory. Start, you know, not all of the town layouts are the same, so you might have to drive a little way, you know, around a corner. Whereas with this town, they're actually right beside each other, so I just swivel the truck. But yes, it's the same process nonetheless. So you take your B mats, start putting in orders, and you can see here for the squad X-ray, this order is ready. So if you're in X-ray squad, which I'm not, that's why I'm not authorized to pick that up. You know, if you're in X-ray, you just come pick that up. So that's a squad lock order. If I was in a squad, would I be able to do it? Well, I am in a squad. I'm in item 474. I can actually set that for only item members. See? So now members of the item squad can only access that, which I'm not going to be doing. But yeah, I'm just showing you the flexibility and functionality here. So this is the squad view. This is personal, squad, and this is for everybody. So like these items that I just set to public, those are where everybody can access. So we click this right here. And now you see everything that's available here, everything that's ready to go. And you can see my 2 orders right down here. They're public. Here's a personal order. Here's another personal. Here's another X-ray, couple of personal, you know what I mean? So these are just everything that's ready or coming up, just showing you all the orders that are in there. And now look at that. Radio's about to be done here any second now. So say if I was just a random guy coming by to pick things up, I'm going to take these radios, by the way. So I'm just coming by here. Oh, look, radios in there. We need radios. Boop, click that. Now you see I got all those crates in the truck. I just took those radios that were ready. Now I'm going to show you what we do with those radios when we're not actually doing anything important. You know, we're just making stuff and stockpiling them so that we can have them and take them to other places later on. I'm going to back out of here so that I'm not blocking anybody anymore. Let me get over here and unmute my thing for a second. There we go. So over here on the map, there's a storage depot. That's where we store bulk items. Now I could also deposit them in a town hall or like this little safe house over here, but I'm not going to do that because this is where you assemble one item at a time so that they can be used immediately. Stockpile, however, is where when you need to put them in a crate and ship them to the front line so that soldiers on the front line can use them. So that's what I'm going to want to do with these right here. So oh God. All right. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to first mute the mic again. I mean, not the mic, the thing there. Now you pull right up to the front of this stockpile building right here. You hit E, accesses inventory. These are not individual items in here. These are crates of items. So see this binoculars here? If I left click on that, I'm assembling that crate of binoculars. You'll see a new crate pop up right here rather than an item of binoculars. See? So what we're going to do is we're going to just dump all that in there and then boop, done. You can store fuel in here, diesel fuel, but I think you can only store 10 at a time. I'm going to keep that one. Yeah. So these are just all items that are stored bulk. And then what happens is guys take them out of here, put them into this crate. That crate gets lifted up by this crane right over here. and gets dumped on the truck. So you see like this guy over here, he's probably, you know, packing up that crate to go now. So it's probably filled with all sorts of goodies that's going to end up on the front line any minute now. So you got the trucks over here on the sideline blocking all of the damn streets so nobody can get through. Yeah, the towns are very tight, so you're going to really have to do a lot of management in the game right now, especially during high player count time when a lot of new players are in the game right now. See, I'm blocking the road. I don't want to block that road from that guy. Oh, God, don't let me run you over, Flying Bacon. Oh, boy. Let me just... I'm trying to move so he can get through. There we go. So, okay. Oh, so let me turn my thing back on now. All right, so here we are at the town hall. I'm going to access the town hall because I got that tech part. Now what I'm going to do is click over here to view the tech tree. Bada bing. Now let's stroll all the way over to the end. So when you don't know what to do with your tech parts, you're like, which one of these should I put them in? First of all these are completed. You can see 200 out of 200, 250 out of 250. Those are done. So you just stroll your mouse. I'm strolling down on my mouse, which takes me toward the end. And now you're wondering, which one should I put the stuff into? Just go, if you're a new player and you don't know what these things are yet, go for whatever's last on the list. Like right now, you see this right here. Clearly more people are interested in the fortress wall, 355 out of 750, than they are the backpack radios, which are 83 out of 750. So, just go with that. Bada bing, left click, dump that bad boy right on in there, right? That's the easiest thing you can do. Now, I know what all these things are, and yes, the fortress walls are more necessary than radio backpacks are for now. Plus, we're trying to progress forward. I'm not going to give you the plans here on the thing, but I'm not going to tell you what we're doing here on YouTube as far as why we're doing that. But yeah, that's for a new Logi driver. That's just the logic you need to follow until you start getting more familiar with each of the objects in the game, the different structures, and what you can do with them. So if you're wondering, what do I do with this tech part? Now you know how to refine it into a research part. If you need to make upgrade parts, however, you know how to also refine them into upgrade parts. And if you are making upgrade parts, then you already know where to take them. So if you find, like if you're out in the field, say this FOB out here, or encampment, that's what they've been renamed to. You see that little helmet? I can't move the mouse to the helmet, but there's like the one helmet and then the 3 helmets on the middle section. Upgrade parts will will upgrade these bases. So let me find another one down here. You see how that helmet's full orange now? That's because they've been bringing upgrade parts down there to upgrade that encampment. So you can see that one's not upgraded much. This one is upgraded a lot. And then let's just check another one down here somewhere. Yeah, this one's all the way upgraded. So you see how this one is a circular dome shape, but this one's still kind of square. That's because this one's all the way upgraded. It's a field base now rather than just an encampment. So that's what the upgrade parts are used for, stuff like that. And they're also used for upgrading facilities, which are like the refinery, the factory, everything you see that's filled in orange right there. That's because, you had to use upgrade parts to upgrade the factory to be able to produce those resources. So that's what upgrade parts are used for. But if you just want the laid back experience, don't even worry about it. I mean, just pull right up over here, pull up to your factory, dump all your stuff in there, which I'm gonna pop. No, I'm not gonna dump these B mats in there because I took all the time to pull them out. What I'm gonna do is dump them over here in the factory, because this is where they're most needed, right over here. Just dump them right in there. I'm going to take that out of there and that because those aren't used at all in this factory.
Is it full?
Oh my goodness.
Stop taking the B-mats out of it, you son of a bitch.
Yep, gotta love that war talk. Yeah, communications in the war have not been rated by the FCC or whoever the hell does ratings. So you're going to hear some colorful language from time to time. Yeah, so let's just dump that into the town hall. So if you got junk in there like you just saw, you just come dump it in the town hall. That way soldiers can actually use those resources versus them clogging up a factory. Yeah, so I hope you guys found this video educational. If you like it, if you like the different strategies that I've shown here, I'm about to turn this back on because there are enemies somewhere around here and I want to know where they are. I'm probably going to go out there and help try to take them out, but it looks like these guys are down here. They may, oh, whoa, what is that? Is that a blue? That's a blue. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work and start helping more. Is there any oil in? Oh, there was 4 in there. Somebody took it. Yeah, when you get the crude oil, you do the same thing. Bring that crude oil right on over here to the refinery. Refine that bad boy into petrol, and you know, bada boom, bada bang. Yeah. So if you like the video, the information, if it's helping you out, I'll be happy to make more videos for you guys. Please leave a like and subscribe for more videos. You know, it really helps me out here, lets me know what you guys want to see, and leave some comments if it's something I left out, or you know, maybe there's a different technique that you use to do some of this stuff. Definitely leave a comment. I'll be making more videos and trying to provide you with more resources. Oh, one last thing, guys, I forgot to show you this. I was about to log out, start editing the video, and I was like, oh man, I forgot to show these guys about this. First thing first, you have to have an empty vehicle inventory, which I guess I can take care of when I get there. But over here at your stockpile, you can actually store vehicles in your, I mean, not your stockpile, your storage depot. It's a stockpile, but I like to use the appropriate names for them, so that way people don't get confused. At your storage depot, you can store trucks in there. So like right now, first let me empty the inventory. So I have to dump that in there and submit it to the thing. And now, say for instance, you're done for the day. You don't want your truck just lying around blocking the road like what's going on over here. Then you just come right over here, hit E, bada bing, store that vehicle right in there. So as long as nothing is obstructing that plaid right there, like this truck is currently doing, you can just come here, hit this button right here, boom, store your vehicle. Now if you want to get a vehicle out of here, these tabs up here, you go right over here to vehicles, bada bing, you see that truck I just put in there? Now you just click that to start assembling that truck. Oh god, so he's blocking the pad now, and it's probably not gonna work. But hey guys, don't block the pad. Don't block the pad. Oh god. Okay, so he's out of the way. Yeah, so now once that vehicle gets done assembling, bada bing, see? So now I got my truck back, or a truck that was in there. So you're gonna need to put fuel in there, because they don't have fuel in them once you take them out of there. But you know, but there's fuel inside here, so you won't have to worry. So let me just submit that back in there, bada boom, so it's still in there. Alrighty, so now you guys know how to store vehicles. You know a quick way to get vehicles if there are any in there. Let me just kind of get out the way here. I don't want to get ran over. And that's how you store all your stuff before you log out. Now I'm about to go put my stuff back in the town hall, because all your stuff goes away. Like it doesn't stay on your body anymore, which I don't like. But I mean, I understand it's a thing. So I'm taking all my stuff off, and I'm putting it back in here so that somebody else can use it while I'm gone. So submit the stockpile, bada bing. So now I'm ready to log off. I'm just gonna get myself out of the way so I'm not blocking anybody. Go hide over here in this little house over here. And there you go. That's how you do that. All right guys, take it easy. Don't forget to like and subscribe.